channel. I'm very new here. This is my first video. My name is Jo Kim. I have been wanting to do YouTube for a very long time. I have always made so many excuses not to do it ever since my mom got me this ring light. Thanks, Mom. She is constantly so supportive of everything that I do, and I really appreciate that. I have been wanting to do YouTube for about 5 years now, but I never really got around to it. I've always constantly made excuses not to, but I feel like this is the best time, you know, being that we're in quarantine and I've pretty much run out of things to do. My first video, I will be showing you my foolproof method of long-lasting base, all about that base, everything from moisturizing to priming to foundation, concealing and contouring. I'll be going over is the final look. I will also be doing a wear test, how long it would last. Please do bear with me. I'm still a little shy when it comes to speaking. So without further ado, let's get on to my first video. So before I start my base, I always like to go with a moisturizer. I am using the e.l.f. Plus Glow Radiant Moisturizer. This has SPF 15 and hyaluronic acid, which is pretty amazing with my dry skin. Just put that all over. Oops, I didn't even tie my hair. I'm gonna go tie my hair real quick. Okay, I'm back now. My hair is tied. After I moisturize, I like to go in with a sheer tint finishing powder. This one is by e.l.f. So I just take the sponge that it comes with, swipe, and just dab the areas to get rid of that shine, because you want to look dewy, not oily. After the finishing powder, I like to go in with my setting spray. This is the Glamglow Glowsetter setting spray. Spritz that. Wait for that to dry. So I've been doing this for a few months now. I found that my base doesn't crease. Number two, it lasts all day long. I will be doing a wear test today. After that's dry, I like to go in with the primer. So I'm using e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So put that here. I like to put it in the areas where, you know, pores are visible. I like to put that on the smile line to prevent me creasing. Forehead. So with any base, I think it's really important to always moisturize. You know, skincare is always important before you put on any makeup. Moisturizer, powder, setting spray, and primer helps you give that skin-like texture. It sits well on your face, it melts it down, and it doesn't really feel like you have makeup on. Good stuff. So after all of that good stuff, you would think I'm going in with a foundation. No. I go in with a concealer that is very close to my skin tone on my forehead, because I do have a little bit of acne scars, so I like to cover that. Take your concealer, dot it on the areas where you have discoloration or pimples. While I wait for that to dry, I like to go in with the highlighting concealer. This one is by e.l.f. It's the Hydrating Camo Concealer in Fair Warm. Whenever I conceal, I don't have a lot to conceal, as you can tell. So I like to conceal on my inner corner right here. And right here to give that lifting effect. And here where my contour will be. So I like to use a concealer that's a little bit lighter than my actual shade because it does go under my foundation, and you will see the amazingness after I put on my foundation. After I do that, I like to go in with a contour stick. This one is by NYX. It's the Wonder Stick in the color Universal, and I like to go in and contour my nose. So I like to do this before I put on my foundation, mainly because I know how difficult it is to blend your contour, especially if you're using cream sticks. It's really difficult to blend everything on top of foundation, so I think this is like the best alternative. It just blends really well once your foundation is all on, and now we blend. So I take my beauty blender. This one I only use for concealer. I'm crazy like that, okay? I like to go all the way up to really give that lifting effect. Don't worry about it looking too harsh, because we will blend that with our foundation. Blend this. You see that? It already looks pretty chiseled, and I haven't even contoured yet. So this technique is called non-touring. I recently learned about this, and ever since I learned about it, I don't think I can contour any other way. This method is a lot more seamless and skin-like. So I've definitely been doing it for a while, and it photographs well. So now, these areas are pretty dry. Take your blender and stamp it in. I like to stamp it in. It's like doesn't blend well when you just keep dabbing it, and it's like taking the color away and you're back to square one. Now I look crazy, but now we're gonna go in with our foundation. So I'm using the Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. Put that in the back of my hand. Oh, I put too much. Whatever. I'm using this one specifically today because I'm going to look very dewy with my setting spray that I'm going to be using afterwards. So it's a good contrast. Take my finger. Put that all over. But oftentimes I do like to use the I forgot the name of it, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, because it's dewy. Should dry butay, okay? We don't want no dryness here, okay? Look how much what a waste. Anyway, now I like to take my microfiber sponge. This is by Miss A. This is pretty amazing just because I do I do like that velvety satin finish. It looks more natural in my opinion, and it doesn't use too much product.
At least it's the word for it.
Okay. You see how well that blended if you were just contouring before your foundation? Look. What nose? We don't know her. Now that we look like a ghost. Do you guys see like the difference? See how seamless it is?
Yeah,
No texture, super satin, almost skin-like. I didn't even have cheekbones earlier, now I do, kind of. After we contour, then that's a different story. We take our setting spray again. I'm using the Glamglow Glowsetter again. Hello? I just ate that. I totally missed my face. So I like to use a setting spray after my base because I do like to melt everything in. And like I said, I did use a matte foundation, and if you wanted a more dewy finish, I recommend using a setting spray afterwards. But if you're looking a little too glowy, you can always just go back with your sheer tint powder, lightly dab it on the areas where you're looking a little too oily, because we don't want no oil here, okay? After that's dry, we are gonna start contouring. Taking that same cream stick that I used earlier, I like to take a brush and kind of just like find where that contour is, so it's always like at the top of your ear to the corner of your lip, or you can just like feel where the hollow of your cheekbone is and kind of just go from there. So mine is like right here, which is where that line is, where I highlighted. Take your contour stick. I like to go in circular motions. I like to go in a circular motion just to get like really activate that contour stick. Then my jawline that doesn't exist, and on the other side. So I like to go a little bit harsher when it comes to my jawline because we're a little chubby here, okay? Who is she? I don't know her. Take a beauty blender. Start dabbing away. If you guys aren't comfortable with blending your contour cream stick yet, and it's looking a little harsh like that, just take that same foundation beauty blender that you use, just like start dabbing on top of it. The leftover product from that same foundation sponge will just like help defocus that. Look, seamless, right? Wow. This is why I have two different blenders for foundation and contour, and I can go back and use that without having the contour color on that same foundation sponge. The jawline contour, I like to keep it a little bit harsh because, like I said, we chubby here and we want it to not exist, okay? Looking a little brown, but like looks like a shadow. And I like to keep my hair down anyways, so you can't really tell. See? Oh my god, look at that. Going back to the doing your concealer before your foundation, in my opinion, it's honestly the best because you don't need to bake. You don't need to bake. You can obviously tell like it's not creasing at all. It hasn't moved. And with non-touring, you also don't need to bake. Just a little, you know, disclaimer. Take your bronzer and we're gonna bronze to the gods, okay? So the best technique with bronzing, if you're not very familiar, just like to go on top of the contour, just like right above it, and start tapping. We're not swiping, we're not, you know, doing other things. We bronzed, you know? To also bronze my nose, take a small angled brush, tap. Just go above the line of where you contoured your nose. It's looking a little crazy, but don't worry, we'll fix it. I also like to go like all the way to the brow, like this. It just gives you more dimension. See the difference? Now you're going to take your setting powder. The only time I will use is setting powder. I like to use the same angled brush. Take some of that translucent. I like to take the powder on the brush like this, tap the excess like this, go. You're only going to add powder to where you want your contour to stop and start. So I like my nose to look a little thinner, so I like to go here. Do you see how thin the nose looks now after putting on the setting powder? Pinch the brush, just go down the middle, so we can also bake. Now that's baking, take your blush using a big powder brush and an e.l.f. blush. Add some color back into your face, you know. So I really like to go to the apples of my cheeks. So smile. Find the little cute little apples right here. Just go. Just swipe it lightly like this. Then once that's done, I like to take the same contour brush I used earlier, the angled brush, wipe it off, snatch nose. Now we are going to highlight the nose, taking this Becca highlighter in this color. I'm taking a
I think I can add
felt, it's like a felt tip. I don't even know. Okay, this looking brush, okay?
Yeah, just don't look at back.
Go on the tip of the nose. To the middle, to the bridge of the nose, but like leave a little gap. Take a highlighting highlighting brush. Take the same brush. Highlight. the top of the apples of your cheek all the way here where your brow is. Okay, so that is the finished base. I will be doing a wear test. So it is currently 1:47, and yes, that's me. This is my boyfriend's phone. So this is a boyfriend test. How do you like my base?
Looks good.
Does it
I
look?
don't really see the difference, but you still look good all the time.
He's
Your
smart.
cheeks are a little rosier. Is that a change?
I guess not, because I've been doing this for a while.
No. Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna see if it's mask approved. I also just finished my entire makeup. I'm not using any lipstick because it's pointless. I'm using lip balm though. We're gonna run some errands, so let's see if it transfers. Ta-da! Mask approved! There's just a little transfer from my tiny one. From my lip balm. Because it's red. I'm using Vaseline. See y'all later for another wear test. Hey guys, so this is my final verdict on my base. It has been currently 8:30 right now. I don't have my boyfriend's phone. This is the final look. So, creasing on my smile lines, contour is still there. No textures right around my under eye. As for my mask, use this all day. My boyfriend and I did one errand today. It was pretty hot today, so I should have sweated a little bit. I ate a lot. I had a meal today. I had like Chinese food, so I mean, you guys be the judge of that. But in my opinion, I think it's still pretty intact with everything I did today. The only thing that transferred is definitely my lip balm. You can obviously tell because it's like red there. But other than that, foundation is still good. Everything looks good. No contour on the mask as well, so it's definitely mask approved. Like I said, we started at almost 2, and it's 8:30 now. Let's say that's like what, 6 hours? I think definitely less. But you guys be the judge of that. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you ever try it, just let me know. I'm always very excited to hear if you guys try my methods. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm definitely new to this, want to grow every single day, and I'll do my best to be consistent with my content. If you guys have any suggestions of what you want me to do next, definitely let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!